Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. This is part 2 of my Are You There video series, logging users out if they go home for the night and just leave their database running. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, what are you doing here? Go watch part 1 first and then come on back. All right, so we've got our little form sitting here just silently counting down an hour. We don't see anything happen unless we click that, and then we can see that updating. Okay, that's good. Now we need to have the little pop-up if this thing does get down to an hour. So for that, we're going to need the message box timer. Now, since I'm a gold member on my own website, I can come down here and download it right from my website. That's another benefit of being a gold member. If not, you're going to have to watch these 2 videos, Message Box Timer 1 and 2, and build this yourself. Okay, like I said before in the last video, this is a prerequisite. We're going to use this. So I'm going to download this file. All right, here it is. I'm going to open this up. All right, now the stuff I need from here starts with Message Box Timer. There it is. I need that form and that module so I can use this stuff in my new database. That's why I designed it like this, so it's nice and easy to copy and paste into a different database. So let's go back to our Are You There database. There we go, and I'll just copy both of these objects over to here. Bink, and there they go. Now they should be both in here. There's Message Box Timer F and the Message Box Timer module. Now I can use my Message Box Timer function in this database. So I can close this, say goodbye, thank you. Okay, when this guy does count down and hit 0, its on timer event will fire. And when that happens, first thing we're going to do is we're going to say me.timer interval equals 0. We're turning the timer off. Okay, I know it's set to something ridiculously high, but just in case, turn it off because at the end of this, we're going to turn it back on again. Okay, so now we're just going to say if message box timer. Now there's a bunch of extra parameters in here than the free video because in the extended cut we added a bunch of stuff. But basically, so we're going to start off by saying, are you still there? Question mark, comma. The title can be, log out or inactivity log out, right? Okay. Now, if you're following along from the free video, your message box timer just returns a true-false value. So in your case, you would just close this and say then, okay, and then user selected yes, so they're still there. So what do we want to do? Well, we're going to status activity detected timer reset, right? Why? Because the status function itself is now going to reset the timer to an hour and turn the timer interval back on, right? So now we're all good, okay? Otherwise, right, user did not click yes. Now we're going to shut down the database, right? Shut down database. Now, you could put a quit here, and that will actually close access. I'm not going to do that just now, though. All right, instead of that, let's just pop up a message box for now, for training purposes, right? Right? Database will close here. We'll close now, whatever. Okay? End if. So if the timer hits 0, that means the hour is elapsed, right? Status hasn't been invoked in an hour. We're going to pop up the message box timer. Are you still there? It'll wait for 60 seconds. Okay, and if it comes back with a yes, then, oh, okay, you're still here. Activity detected. The status will restart the whole thing. If not, if this comes back false, you get the message, you get the database closing, basically. Now, for you members, you have the extended cut video. Okay, we have a couple more options in here. All right, the first option is what's the default value? We can do 3 buttons, so 1, 2, or 3. I'm just going to make the default value 1 is fine. We can set how many seconds. You can do 30 seconds. You can do 60 seconds, whatever, 90 seconds, whatever you like. Okay, and then we'll just do 1 button. The button caption will say yes. Yes, like that. Okay, and you can put up to 3 buttons, and then you can put a form back color if you want. The rest of that's fine. And so we're going to say if the message box timer, let me make this another line here. Okay, we have to say now if this equals 1, then. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to come back with, well, actually, the default value is what we give it if the user doesn't click that one. So we want to make that default value 0. Right? Make the default value 0. That's the value that if the button is not clicked, then it comes back as that. All right, so this is good to go. Save it, debug, compile. And, ooh, we got, hex to RGB. Okay, this is a member thing. Because part of what we do in the extended cut is we set the color of the background form. So we need the hex to RGB. So members go grab hex to RGB and bring it into this database. Or you can just rem that line out for now and your color just won't work. All right, debug, compile. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to close these and save everybody and then close the main menu and reopen it. Whoop, and my form moved, of course. Of course it did. Now, this is just sitting here. We got an hour to wait before it actually times out. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cheat button on here. I'm going to make a button where I can cheat the timer to run in like 10 seconds. Right? I did this in my database while I was testing it. So we're just going to drop a button on here. Okay, cancel. And we're just going to say cheat 10 seconds. And what we're going to do is set the timer interval to 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds, actually, let's do 5 seconds for the video. All right, so when I click this button, it's going to reset that timer to 5 seconds so I can make sure it's working. Okay, so in here, this will be my cheat button. Because you can't test it without being able... You don't want to sit here for an hour and wait for it to run, right? So let's call this guy the cheat button. And right-click, build event. We're going to say me.timer interval equals 5 seconds. Right, 5,000. And then a beep, so we know something happened. Okay, save it. Close it. Close it. All right, let's close our main menu, open it back up again. All right, I'm going to also force a status in that main menu too. Let's do that real quick as well. Event right here. Like right after we open this up, then we'll do a status. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, we don't even need this like this. We can just do this, watch. Because the status function handles opening that form. All right? See, sometimes I come up with these things as we're going along, and I get good ideas, right? That's how database development is. You're like, ooh, wait a minute, I could do that. Oh, let's do this. That's why it's nice to learn new things, because now you can be like, oh, wait a minute. That database that I built last week, I could have done that in it. I do that all the time. I don't know how many times I've torn my own database apart because I learned something new. Anyways, we'll do a status welcome, and we'll play that AOL guy. Welcome. You've got mail, right? Because status will handle opening the form if it's not open already, and load it hidden. Right? One of the other things I do is I put a bunch of these in here whenever it's something that I have to remind myself to do later, because then it's like a quick to-do list inside my code. Now all I have to do is a Control F to find, and then just look for 3 of those in a row for the whole project, and it'll take me to the next note that I made for myself. See? It's the little things like that that you just, over the course of your career, you just come up with. Anyways, all right, so save it. Debug, compile once in a while. Let's close it, open it. So the initial status opened this guy, gave it some status in here. All right, now it's going to sit there and run for an hour unless we cheat and click the cheat button. I'm going to click the cheat button. Okay, I got 5 seconds not to do anything. Jeopardy music plays. Oh, there it is. Are you still there? Okay. All right. Now, if I don't do anything, this guy's going to close, and it should return to 0. I'm just going to hit yes for now. All right. And it says activity detected, timer reset. So now we're back to the hour again. Okay. Let's do this. I am going to also set that button. So instead of 90 seconds, let's have it give us 6 seconds. I want to make sure that the timeout's working. All right. Let's try it again. Close this. Hello world. Opens that up. All right. Let's go to the 5-second timer. Jeopardy plays. I can't hum. All right. There we go. I got 6 seconds. And if this fails, it's going to log me out. Bing. Database will close now. See? There we go. Database shuts down. that is working. And it works great. And you can reset those to whatever values you want now. There's one more thing that I'm going to do for the free video series to check for inactivity, because as your user's moving around, you know, going between here, he might be on the same record for a while. And another thing we can check is he moving through different forms and different, you know, controls on the same form. And maybe it's a form you didn't think to put, you know, some kind of status messaging in. Maybe he's sitting on some other like order form, right? But he's still doing stuff. So another thing we can check, and I mentioned this at the beginning, this is one of the prerequisites for the first video, was we can also check the active form and active control. And if that has changed, we can also assume the user's doing something. All right, and we'll talk about that in tomorrow's lesson. You know the drill. Tune in tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. If you're a member, you can watch it right now because I'm still recording tonight. I got a whole bunch of caffeine in me, so I'm going to be recording for another couple hours. We're going to do part 3 where I show you that. Then we're going to do an extended cut with a bunch of other extra cool stuff in it. But for everybody else, that's going to be your Tech Help video for today. Part 2's over. Hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for part 3. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new to Microsoft Access, check out my Access Beginner Level 1 course. It's over 4 hours long and it covers all the basics like tables, queries, forms, and reports. It's a great place to start, and it's also completely free. Members of my channel get extended cut videos, sample databases, access to my code vault, and full training classes every month. Click the join button for details. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Rost with AccessLearningZone.com. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.